Kellyanne Conway, Donald Trump's senior advisor. Thanks for coming back again today. And you've got senior U.S. intelligence officials responding to Mr. Trump's comments over the weekend. Here's the written statement from U.S. intelligence official saying that it's concerning that intelligence on Russian actions related to the U.S. election is being dismissed out of hand as false or politically partisan. The inclination to ignore such intelligence and impugn the integrity of U.S. intelligence officials is contrary to all that is sacred to national security professionals who work day and night to protect this country. Pretty stunning rebuttal from the intelligence community there to Donald Trump.
It is, but if you look at the Newsweek article that was posted last night, George, you see another CIA official, counterterrorism expert on the record, which is rare in this instance, saying, listen, we can't rush to judgment. That after that closed-door House Intelligence Committee briefing last week, somebody came out and said, somebody from the FBI said they disagreed, that it's, quote, fuzzy and ambiguous at best, that there is a direct nexus between any effort by the Kremlin to hack into this information and the actual election result. And let's be fair, that's what this is for many people. First, it was Jim Comey's fault. Then let's have a recount that wasted millions of dollars and everybody's time that went nowhere. Then it's Russian interference. Then it's a bunch of people in a movement that we have disavowed many times. How about it just was Hillary Clinton and the message? And I think that they're trying to conflate the two so that we revisit the election
Nobody
results.
here is doing that. And the president-elect isn't just questioning that CIA assessment. He has also questioned the on-the-record assessment of 17 intelligence agencies that Russia was trying to meddle in this election. He says he doesn't believe it. Why?
Because these are all unsourced, off-the-record comments.
Report. No, this is a public report released in October. 17 intelligence agencies all saying Russia was part of this.
But what he said yesterday is what he's calling laughable and ridiculous yesterday, George, is the specific conclusion that what Russia did led to his victory and Hillary Clinton's defeat. That's where our beef is. He respects the intelligence community. He's going to be president of the United States.
You keep saying he respects it, but he's saying he doesn't believe their conclusions. He's saying specifically he does not believe the conclusion of 17 agencies that Russia was involved here.
The conclusion that this helped him win and Hillary Clinton lose. That's what he said very clearly.
But that's Time magazine last week. He says, I do not believe the judgment of the intelligence community that Russia was behind this. Why not?
Behind this meaning the election result. And the other reason
and meddling in our election.
The other reason is that's what investigations are for. I mean, if we have the closed-door House Intelligence Committee meeting last week or so, then that's what's happening. It's ongoing. I know Senator McCain on a different network yesterday said that they would go ahead and open up hearings, perhaps bipartisan hearings. Fine. The executive would never meddle in that. Look, George, let me make very clear. The president-elect does not want interference into our politics. But we also don't want politics into the interference of our intelligence. And that's what's happening now. People are trying to politicize our intelligence because they don't like the election result.
The president-elect's likely pick for Deputy Secretary of State John Bolton has even suggested that this might be a false flag. Is that responsible?
I did read that last night. What I think is most important is the president-elect has allowed a wide berth, a real collection of very qualified men and women for the top spot. Secretary of State is the fourth highest ranking individual in our nation's government. Very important decision. A leading candidate, Rex Tillerson of Exxon, has dealt with Russia for many years. It's not like he's pounding down vodka with Vladimir Putin at the local bar, but he's dealt with him in a business context. And we know we don't have a good relationship with many countries around the globe, including Russia. If, as Secretary of State, Mr. Tillerson, or whomever the president-elect chooses, George, this week, if he can go ahead and improve relationships and advance U.S. interests and advance the Trump doctrine, then we should all welcome that.
So not concerned about confirmation there because some Republican senators, John McCain, Lindsey Graham, Marco Rubio, all questioning Mr. Tillerson's ties to Putin.
And I know that Senators McCain and Rubio will ultimately see Mr. Tillerson as somebody who's advancing U.S. interests, which of course they share. At the same time, that's what confirmation hearings are for. It's incredibly impressive that Rex Tillerson's been at Exxon for 41 years, employs 70,000 people, is in charge of a $320 billion global corporation that frankly is in 50 countries, including Russia, Yemen, China, the developing world, and certainly the Middle East. We need to stabilize the Middle East, and we need somebody, the fourth highest ranking person in our U.S. government, to go around the world and to advance our U.S. interests.
Kellyanne Conway, thanks very much.
Thanks for having me.